Okay, so here's something that just quietly became a huge deal. If an AI writes something and doesn't tell you, that's actually illegal now in Europe. Not a terms of service violation. Illegal. And honestly, the ripple effects are already reaching way past the EU's borders. So let's get into what actually changed, who's going to feel this the most, and why I think this could be the moment AI content on the internet stops hiding in plain sight. Here's the setup. On August 2nd, 2026, the transparency part of the EU AI Act stopped being a law on paper and started actually being enforced. And there's basically three things you need to know about it. First one, if you're talking to an AI instead of a human, for example, customer service chatbots, voice assistants, etc., you have to be told, well, I mean to the user interacting. Clearly, not buried on page 4 of some terms of service nobody's ever going to read. Second, if a company builds a generative model, its output, text, images, whatever, has to be marked in a way machines can actually detect. Not some watermark you can just crop out in 5 seconds. It's baked in. And third, if AI written text or a deepfake touches anything that matters publicly, politics, news, public health, the person behind it has to disclose that. No exceptions. As per my personal opinion, this is long overdue and a welcome sign. There are instances where mistakes happened in AI usage. It may be with or without knowledge. So a law from the government avoids AI misusage. Now here's the part I think most coverage is glossing over. Companies don't build two totally separate products just to handle two different markets. That's expensive and honestly kind of a pain. So if OpenAI or Google or Meta has to bake this watermarking into whatever they ship in the EU, the cheaper move, engineering-wise, is to just roll it out everywhere. We've literally seen this exact pattern before with GDPR law. A law that was technically only about Europe ended up reshaping how basically the entire internet handles your data, because splitting your infrastructure by region costs more than just complying everywhere at once. For now, I can see Google, Microsoft, Amazon, IBM, and 230 more companies have signed the EU AI Pact as they host corporate chatbots and automated enterprise workflows. As per my understanding, this could build pressure on Meta, Apple, ByteDance, and other companies as they need to ensure every AI-generated block has technical marking or synth ID technology across all their platforms globally, instead of just focusing region-wise. Now the disclaimer part, all the information provided here is for educational purposes. Please make an affirmed decision based on your own research and after consulting professionals. And this is honestly the part that matters most, if you're someone making content with AI tools like I am. If you're using AI for voiceover, scripts, visuals, and you're publishing anything that touches the EU, disclosure isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's the law, not just some platform's community guidelines, like in YouTube. YouTube's own monetization rules already started moving this direction earlier this year too, cracking down on undisclosed, template-feeling AI content. So now there's basically a legal layer sitting right underneath that platform policy, which honestly, if you're already being upfront about using AI tools, the way I'm doing right now, puts you ahead of the curve instead of scrambling to catch up. To be aligned with the norms, I am updating altered content flag as yes whenever I'm using AI and appropriate disclosures. We can also use AI to audit the content and let us know if that particular video is obliged to disclose under AI usage. So what should you actually keep an eye on going forward? Two things, really. One, whether US platforms just adopt the same watermarking standard voluntarily instead of running two separate systems forever. And two, whether other countries start copying the EU's playbook the way so many did with GDPR law. If you want me to keep tracking how this plays out, go ahead and subscribe. I'm covering AI-related stuff pretty much every week at this point. And let me know in the comments, is this overdue transparency or is it regulatory overreach? I'm curious what you think.